Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Championship Wrestling. I'm Marty Ricker. On today's show, we're going to look back at what happened last Saturday at the Kingsport Civic Auditorium. Major things went down. We're not going to waste a lot of time. We're going to get right to the action. Championship Wrestling on the air. Atkins.
It's surprising nobody's went for that stick here in the last probably 3 to 5 minutes.
Off the ropes. Now, here's what I'm talking about, Bo. Watch this. Wow, that's incredible.
I don't know what that's called, but that's a whiplash. It's kind of like giving a big man a power bomb from the reverse angle. I don't know what you call it. But now here's Wayne's chance. Get that stick, and let's give Chris Richards what's been coming to him.
I have taped the show open for Championship Wrestling and watched it in slow motion where they show that move. That's just incredible. Now, Wayne Atkins going for the stick, but like we said, it's tangled in the rope, Bo.
It's tangled. And
he's got it.
Yeah.
Wayne Atkins has the stick.
All right. Don't hold back and let him have it. Give it to him. Give it to him.
Wait a minute. Alex Winters, oh my word. Oh my word. Alex Winters grabs the stick, hits Wayne Atkins. There's the count. 1, 2,
What in the
3.
hell is this going on right here?
That's baloney. I had a sick feeling. I know the history.
You know what? I'm not going to sit here and take this.
Go, Bo.
I got a pair of brass knucks, and I'm going to use it.
Go, Bo. All righty, Bo James has just left the broadcast area, and I hope he just wears somebody's slap out, because I'm tired of this every week. Every week. Bo James in the ring with brass knuckles, boom, in the midsection. Chris Richards gets hit. Here comes John Hawkins. John Hawkins out of the ring. He's got Bolo, and Bo James with the brass knucks. Bolo's in the ring. Bolo, there's a sleeper hold applied by Bo James to the great Bolo, and now Chris Richards hits Bo James in the back of the head. It has all broken down, but Alex Winters has done the deed. Alex Winters has done the deed, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes Tony Givens. Thank goodness. Tony Givens out of the back. The Dragon dives into the ring, goes after Chris Richards. Bo James, Wayne Atkins, Tony Givens, Alex Winters, Chris Richards, and the great Bolo with John Hawkins. It's broken down. It is broken down here in Kingsport, Tennessee. Fans off the ropes. Wayne Atkins hits Alex Winters, knocks him out of the ring. Chris Richards bidding a hasty retreat, but he's grabbed by Tony Givens. Wayne Atkins still has the nightstick, and I'm losing my voice. The crowd has gone berserk. The crowd has literally gone berserk. Alex Winters, Chris Richards, and John Hawkins, and the great Bolo bidding a hasty retreat. But I tell you what, Alex Winters, I know the history.
Wanted John and Mr. Bolo were banned from ringside. It was
Alex Winters, I know the history.
Wanted John and Mr. Bolo were banned from ringside. It was one-on-one.
Alex Winters, how in the world could you have done that? We saw
Marty
ridiculous.
Ricker, what are you thinking? John Hawkins Promotions, they bring the money, the girls. That's more important than the wrestling ever was to me. And for all the people in Kingsport who thought I was just a wrestler's wrestler, I love the girls, I love the drinking, and I love the partying even more. John Hawkins Promotions, bring on the Jaeger, baby. Let's hit it.
That makes you guys make me sick.
Once again, baby, all right here.
Get out of here. Y'all make me sick. Championship Wrestling. I'm tired of this.
Fans, if you'd like to raise money for your school, club, or civic organization, and you'd like to see the excitement of Championship Wrestling live in your hometown, then this message is for you. High school and college athletic departments, sports teams, police and fire departments, civic groups, or any group wishing to raise money can bring the stars of Championship Wrestling to town for a night of action and receive a portion of the receipts. Visit us at ChampionshipWrestlingTV.com or call 423-773-5449. Dates are filling up, so call now.
Adam York, Chris Richards, December 1st is going to be the day that you guys get your ass smoked by the original Bombers, Thorne and Tim Baldwin. Tim Baldwin couldn't be here tonight because he's preparing for the fight of his life. He's preparing for his return as the Bombers, and we will smoke your ass. Let's go, Candy.
Thorne, I see exactly why they called you that, brother, because you have been the biggest thorn in my side for a long time, and you better believe that. But seems to me we got a match in December 1st in Greenville, Tennessee, buddy. You better bring your A game, and you better bring your boy Tim Baldwin. See, I heard you out here talking earlier. Oh, I'm bringing back the original Blonde Bombers, this, that, and the other. Hey, when you was with the original Blonde Bombers, I believe you guys were a bunch of pansies. But when we dropped the bombs like Vietnam, baby, we became the Bombers. And that's all about Adam York. It's all about Mr. Wrestling, and it's all about the Triple Crown, and you can bank on that December 1st in Greenville.
With just an E, dull and distant, but I'm okay. Half of myself speaks my name. Pleasant dreams, please share the pay. Lines are pulled and roads are blocked. Hammering sounds from the clock. Myself knows it's true. Pleasant dreams you wandering through. Simple patterns take my eyes across the lost menagerie. We are shaken at the sight, innocence and tragedy. It's only 3 a.m. Awake and dreaming who I am. Half of myself learns to scream. Thread the needle, pleasant rest. Simple patterns take my eyes across the lost menagerie. We are taken in the night, innocent and tragedy. Pleasant dreams in the guise of no regrets. Pleasant dreams in the place.
Wrestling fans, we're backstage here at the Kingsport Civic Auditorium. Tony Givens, tonight, your shot at the National Heavyweight Championship.
You know, Marty Ricker, you've been with me for a long time. You know me. You've been here at Championship Wrestling. You've been the voice of Championship Wrestling. You know what kind of road that I've had here. You know, for the last 8 years I've been in the wrestling business, and for my entire life I've wanted to be a professional wrestler. Therefore, in my entire life, I've loved a sport that doesn't love me back. By the nature of the wrestling business, obviously my size isn't to my advantage.
Right.
My weight isn't to my advantage. You know, I'm not a short guy, but even my height isn't to my advantage. You know, guys like Steve Fury, they're the epitome of what holds guys like me back. I've fought and I've scratched, and no matter what, I can't overcome the fact that I'm not 7 foot tall. I'm not 300 pounds. And you know what? Let's face it. 9 times out of 10, a guy like Steve Fury beats a guy like Tony Givens. But tonight is that one time. Steve Fury, tonight, you're not just facing Tony Givens. Tonight, you're facing something that's boiling down inside of me. You're making me go to a place that I don't like to go. There's a dark side inside of me. There's a side that doesn't give up. There's a side of me that doesn't quit. There's a side of me that cannot be stopped. Because tonight, even though the nature of the business is against me, tonight, you don't face Tony Givens. Tonight, you face the Dragon.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, Tony Givens with his shot at the National Heavyweight Championship. On Jerry Lawler back at 88.
It's a huge hand, and if you look, the one pinky is in the temple, the other, and on the other side, the thumb is in the temple, and then those other 3 fingers in the middle are just pushing down on that forehead.
Oh, picked him up and choke slammed him. Well, sort of like a choke slam, but a claw slam.
A claw slam.
Well,
a brain slam.
And now Steve Fury does not even want to pin Tony Givens right now. Bo, the claw hold, you might be able to tell me more about that, but pretty much the same effect as a sleeper.
Well, yes and no. There are two things. The sleeper will put you to sleep, put you unconscious real quick. A claw just squeezes, and we've seen a lot of wrestlers. Look here, he's going the top rope now.
Oh, my goodness.
We've seen a lot of wrestlers bleed from the claw. That's where you're so much pressure on the temple, it just splits their forehead wide open. And Tony,
Fury off the top rope. Tony Givens, I don't know how in the world he had the presence of mind to get out of the way. I've said this for a number of years. He's trying to drag it up here.
Yes, and I tell you, Steve Fury, a lot of people are unhappy right now with him. Now Tony Givens is up. And, well,
he can barely stand, Bo. Down he goes again. He got up for a moment. And
right there, that should be it. They should ring the bell, stop the match. But also, I know Tony Givens because I've been in matches.
Wait a minute, here comes Mo, and Mo's got a towel. Somebody apparently heard me in the back watching the monitor, and Mo Jenkins has a towel. Is he going to throw in the towel? I'm glad. I'm glad Mo's there.
Yeah, he needs to go ahead and throw it in. He's out. He's unconscious. He's completely out. He's not moved. He's not got up. He jumped to his feet so fast, the blood rushed to his head, and it just put him right out.
Mo Jenkins tried to check on Tony Givens. Steve Fury. Well, Mo Jenkins is saying no more. If he throws the towel in, it's over.
Yeah, he's not officially thrown the towel in, and Steve is saying no, he wants to pin him.
Well, Mo Jenkins is not actually, is he a licensed manager?
I don't know. He started competing as a wrestler, so I don't know. He may not be a licensed second anymore or manager.
I know when Skolin threw in the towel for Backlund, he was the manager.
Rob is wanting to stop the match, and Steve's telling him to count. He wants that 3 count.
Oh, Tony, bro, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How did Tony Givens raise the shoulder, Bo?
I don't know. If he would have laid on him with his body weight, there was no doubt in the mind there's 1, 2, 3, and all she wrote, and he's still a champion. Now there's a conversation over there. Mo, throw it in the ring. Throw that towel in and get this thing over with.
Like I said, I don't know if he's a licensed manager for Tony, so I don't know how much authority Mo has to stop the match. And now Rob Knight finally backing off and talking to Steve Fury. You would think Rob right now would go check on Tony instead of fussing with Steve Fury.
He would do something. This has just become outrageous. It's out of hand. Somebody needs to do something. There was a representative here from the championship committee. Mark Cruz is here. I see Big Al Bass back there in the back. Somebody needs to stop this thing.
Tony Givens doesn't even know what planet he's on right now. Wait a minute. Steve Fury has just pushed down Rob Knight. Now there's a golden opportunity for Rob to stop this now with a disqualification.
I don't understand Rob. I don't understand why Rob has not stopped the match already. Now he's just warning him. It's over with. It's over with. It's done. Finish it.
Well, now Mo Jenkins on the rope. Mo Jenkins tried to throw the towel in, but Steve Fury caught it and threw it back into the front row.
I'll tell you this is a lot of frustration coming out of Steve Fury for weeks and months now. He has been told how bad he is, and he's this and that. John Hawkins has been in his ear. The people have been split between him and the G1 side. And I tell you what, it's a lot of pressure being a champion, everybody chasing you. And this is his opportunity to let all that stress out, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Well, you had a big hand in training Tony Givens as his trainer. What would you advise him to do right now? Just
roll out of the ring and take a count out.
Yeah, live to fight another day. Exactly.
And even I think Tony's right there telling Rob that it's so. And Rob Knight has not stopped the match.
Well, this is a 1 hour time limit too. Probably 15 minutes have gone by, so depending on what Steve Fury does, he could do this for 45 minutes.
Yeah, this is just ridiculous. And Tony tries, by some way, getting back to his feet after those big rights. And I don't know what is going on here.
Mo Jenkins getting frustrated outside the ring, but Tony gets back up every time. Wait a minute. Right hand. Tony Givens, this is total instinct.
Total instinct. It's a fight for your life. You realize your livelihood's at stake here now because this guy's putting a pounding on you.
Now you got a pit bull in the corner right there is what you got with Tony Givens. Hard right hand, Steve Fury. Winding up. Oh, yeah, as Jim Hess would say, a good old American haymaker right there. Oh, boot to the face.
Oh, he missed the face. Tony ducked his head, and he took the heel of the boot to the back of the top of his head. He saved his face, but he took a blow right to the same spot that he landed on earlier.
And Tony kicks out. We talked earlier about Robbie Cassidy taking a lot of punishment. Tony Givens is getting his share tonight.
If I was Mo Jenkins here, I don't know if I could refrain from jumping in the ring.
Oh, wait a minute. Steve Fury missed with the boot. Now Steve Fury hanging out to dry, so to speak. Here comes Tony off the ropes. Tony slides under. Oh, Steve Fury on the apron. Tony Givens slides and drop kicks Steve Fury. Could this be another opportunity for Tony Givens dives out of the ring? Now that, I would say that was probably ill-advised on Tony Givens' part, but it seems to have worked.
He had head-to-head, and if you see Givens bounce back to about 10 foot off of Steve Fury. Forehead to forehead, both men are down, and this is going to get out of hand if somebody don't do something fast.
Well, the fans are really into this, chanting Tony, Tony, Tony. And I think Tony Givens has the home ring advantage here.
I don't know. You got to listen. Steve Fury's got as many people out here cheering for him as Tony Givens does. The building, if you take from your screen, the right side of the building is about 50-50 Steve and Tony. And then right directly in front of you is 100% Steve, and then over to the side it's split on the sides also.
But you can't take these guys here on the front row right side seriously though, can you?
Well, I don't know.
Wait a minute, is this going to be a pop?
Oh, no.
Wait a minute, Tony blocks it. Oh, he does a Wayne Atkins rollover.
Mexican flying head scissors.
Yeah, boy. Now, wait a minute. Tony's going, where's Tony? Oh, no, Tony.
I don't think his balance is good enough to do this.
Tony on top, off the ropes. Oh, right in his back, right in the back. And Steve Fury's got a history of a bad back.
That's true. You hurt my head, I hurt your back.
Pulls him over. 1, 2. Oh, 2 3/4. Tony Givens needs to exploit the back of Steve Fury.
It's ready. He needs to drop a knee right in both knees, right in the middle of his back, and just continues to do it till he can't get up.
Tony Givens from Kingsport, Tennessee, and we're here at the Kingsport Civic Auditorium. There's a reversal off the ropes. Misses, and what do we got? Sleeper. He's got a sleeper.
And you want to take a man down, you saw it earlier in the night, I put it on that big Bolo and I almost had him out. Tony Givens also trained in the sleeper hold, and he's got it on, and Big Steve is already down.
Yeah, down to one knee. That's going to help as far as the leverage goes. As long as he was standing up at a vertical base, that was not going to be an easy thing for Tony to do. Now Steve's down. Steve is down on both knees. One, if the hand goes down 3 times, it's over. Well, Steve Fury still has some gas in the tank.
I don't think Tony's able to clamp. He's got it on him, but I don't believe he's able to squeeze like he needs to do.
Off the ropes. Picks him up. Ooh, a DD. Ooh. That was...
He's got him in a choke. He's got him in a front face lock. It's a front chancery, and he's just cutting oxygen. It's the same as a sleeper hold, Marty. And he's took him off the mat.
I thought that was a botched DDT, but apparently that is the what he tried to do there.
Yeah, that is what he wanted, and he got it. That is a front chancery or front face lock, depending on what side of the Atlantic you come from. And he's got the hold on him, and he can put him to sleep just as quick here.
Steve Fury still has some gas in the tank.
The man in the hold is working against himself. All of his weight is on his head. You're working against yourself if you're in that hold, and that's what you got to do right there is get up off the mat.
Oh, Steve Fury showing his power there, dropping Tony Givens.
Givens' head bounced off the mat yet again.
What a match. What a match. National Heavyweight Championship at stake, that title with a storied history. Your current champion is Steve Fury. And Steve Fury, Tony Givens is like the cricket under the refrigerator. You just can't get to.
And look there, he's got
him
another.
That's like a Japanese type sleeper, isn't it?
Got him it's a leg, it's a figure 4 leg lock where he's got making the 4 with his own legs, but he's got his head and his arm trapped in there.
Good call, that's exactly right. And Steve Fury Tony Givens doing the best thing he can do in this situation, try to wear down Steve Fury because he needs some rest time himself.
Yes, well, I thought that was 3, but he's still off the mat a little bit, Rob's saying. That hand is still out there, and he's moving it. He's showing that he is still with it. He's still got his wits about him, but he is having to fight. And look at the strength and the power coming here.
He's going to try to pick Tony off the mat again. Steve Fury's incredible. He is just an awesomely strong human being. Drops him. And now there goes Rob Knight.
And look here.
Wait a minute. Oh, God.
Out of nowhere comes Steve's new buddy, Oleg, who just knocked Mo Jenkins out.
Oleg Romanov, what is he doing here? Oleg Romanov, he did the same thing to Robbie Cassidy a few weeks ago.
Same thing to Adam York on TV, too.
That's right.
This is the 3rd time he has helped Steve Fury. Steve says
wait a minute. Steve Fury just knocks out Oleg Romanov. Knocks Oleg Romanov out. Well, what's going on here?
Steve is said over and over and over he has nothing. Well, he's got the chain. He has nothing to do with Oleg, but he now has the chain. What is going on here?
Oleg Romanov running away like a scalded hog. And now he hits Tony with the chain. Steve Fury just hit Tony Givens with a chain. Well, Steve Fury going to cover Tony.
8-foot log chain upside the head.
Here's Rob Knight. 1, 2, 3. That's a 3 count. Steve Fury. Wait a minute. Here comes Robbie Cassidy.
Here comes Robbie Cassidy. And this is bad blood. I tell you what, all these guys are in the same dressing room, and we're on the same side here, but John Hawkins, and oh my God.
Oh, Steve Fury has just nailed Robbie Cassidy. He's got the chain. Steve Fury retains the national title, but now he's working over Robbie Cassidy.
Oh
no. Is he going? No, Steve.
We talked about earlier, he was hung by a rope earlier in the year. And here comes a chain.
We need some help in the back. I don't know who's. Bo, you can't leave the broadcast area.
I'm under a possible suspension.
Well, if I could do something, I would.
Find somebody, Mr. Rick.
If I could do something, I would. Steve, you got to stop, Steve. We've got to get some help from the back. We've got to get somebody from help. We need to get some help from the back. We need to get some help in the back here. What is going on? What are you doing, Steve? What are you doing? Steve Fury has lost his mind. Steve Fury has snapped. The monster has snapped. What in the world is going on with Steve Fury? Tony Givens, Robbie Cassidy, and Mo Jenkins, G1, laid out at the hands of the national heavyweight champion.
Steve Fury, right now you're the national heavyweight champion. But I promise you and the people of Kingsport that on December 8th in a chain match, I will be crowned the new heavyweight champion, the new championship wrestling national heavyweight champion. And if I don't, I promise you and I promise the people of Kingsport I will refund everybody's money that night if I do not walk out of the building the national heavyweight champion.
It happened. It happened once again. Once again, last week at the Civic Auditorium, everybody saw it. Everybody saw Wayne Atkins' chance to be the hero. Once again, Wayne Atkins' chance to rise to the top. The same chance we gave him time and time again, and every time he fell a little bit short. A whole lot short, actually. This time, Chris Richards, he was in that ring. Not stick on a pole match. Not stick on a pole. He was going to be the hero. He climbed the pole. He got that nightstick. He came ready to hit you, and what happened? A hand came down. A hand of Alex Winters. Alex Winters pulled out that nightstick from the back of Wayne and knocked all his hopes right down with it. Right down the drain, Wayne. Alex Winters is with John Hawkins Promotions. Because once you're with JHP, baby, and you're one of the JHP elite, that never changes. That never changes. I'll get back to that in a second. But what do we got coming up in Greenville? In Greenville, Adam York and Chris Richards against you, Thorne, and Tim Baldwin. Yeah, this is a big Greenville battle, huh? Adam York, I don't know where your head's at, brother. I told you had to take one for the team. Just take one for the team. That's all I ask. One for the best team around. And what happened, Adam? You haven't been returning my phone calls, brother. Brah, you haven't been returning my phone calls. What's going on? You making too many tights? What's going on in your head, huh? Let me tell you what's going down, all right? We'll deal with you in Greenville. maybe you are with us. Maybe maybe you didn't pay your prepaid or something. You know, I don't know what's going on, but we'll find out with that. Because Thorne, you have a nice little piece of gold. Nice little piece of gold that would look really good around this waist right here, Thorne. Chris Richards, just be a walk in the park for a guy like you, Thorne, right? So why don't you give him that title shot? Why don't we show you down there exactly what happens when he beats you and earns a title shot in Greenville. And then the next week, wow, Civic Auditorium, coming right back, baby, coming right back. That night, what do we got, Chris?
What do we got? We got, you know what? We got 3 guys on the other side, John, that's been a thorn in our side for many years. And in one night, and in one match, we get the opportunity to eliminate all 3 of them at the same time, John Hawkins.
Tony Givens, you're sticking your nose in business you shouldn't be sticking your nose in too, okay? I'm surprised there's anything left of you after Steve Fury. Once again, I'll get back to that in a second. Bo James, I'm getting sick of that coming out of my mouth. You're getting sick of hearing it, right? I'm getting sick of having to deal with you, Bo. This time we're gonna end it, because you might be friends with Wayne, Tony might be friends with Wayne. Oh my God, he got his t-shirt back. That's so wonderful, Wayne. You got your t-shirt back, buddy. You're one of the kids again, right? You're one of the good guys. All right. Well, you know what that gets you? That gets you nothing. That gets you nothing. That night, the 3 of you, I'm glad it's happening. You think you're pulling one over on us? No, it ain't gonna happen like that. What's gonna happen is we're gonna take you all out in one night. One night. It's all over for you guys. And what I've been talking about this whole entire time, there's a big match that night. 2 guys hooked to a chain for a national heavyweight title, the most prestigious prize that you can have in championship wrestling. And as far as I'm concerned, independent wrestling throughout the Southeast. This title means something. This title is around Steve Fury's waist. And Steve Fury, he's seen the light. He's seen the light. He knows what time it is. It's time to come back home, Steve. It's time to come back to John Hawkins Promotions. I saw it in your eyes. I saw it in your eyes during that match, during the match with Tony. He saw the light. He saw the light.
He hit Oleg with the chain too.
No. His hand slipped. His hand, no. Man, no. Steve, your hand slipped. I know it. I saw it in your eye, brother. I saw it in your eye. I've been with you from the first day you wanted to be a wrestler. I've been there. I've been the one. I'm the reason you got that belt, Steve. I know you're with me. I know you're with me. And maybe I'm in his corner that night. Maybe I'm not. I would say weight a little bit greater on the side that I'm going to be there. You fans will see it. Trust me. December is going to be the greatest month ever for John Hawkins Promotions, because we're getting rid of 3 in 1 match. Steve's coming back to the fold, and we're going to take out Thorne just for a little icing on the cake and get you some gold, baby. John Hawkins Promotions already took over. All right, baby. Yeah, I got you, and I'll see you tonight. I know I'll see you tonight, brother. All right, see you later. Alex Winters, he'll be in Greenville tonight. You know what, Chris Richards, you're going to be in Greenville tonight with me. Alex is with me. Bolo, you'll be there tonight with me. You know who's not going to be there tonight?